comes to mind. It was so interesting to see her have that aha moment in my office. She had some arthritis. She had plantar fasciitis really bad. And as she visited with me in that initial consult, she made mention that every year she goes, and I forget which country, but it was a third world country, to do some mission work for a couple months out of every year.
Okay.
And as she's talking, she said, you know, it's interesting because when I'm there, I get more exercise than I do when I'm here. We walk everywhere, and sometimes it's hilly terrain, and we're up, down, up, down. And now that I think of it, I don't have any aches and pains.
Oh.
And I said, think about that. What are you eating when you're over there? Or maybe the better question is, what are you not eating?
Exactly.
Because
the
she was
processed
only
sugars.
getting fresh foods over there, real foods. So it's so fun like that when you see somebody make that connection. But, you know, we get caught up in our busy lifestyles, and we get into that habit of the fast foods because everybody else seems to be doing it, and we forget that there absolutely is that link between what we're putting in our mouth and how we feel.
Sure. And the concept that I used to do was the crock pot. You kind of planned your meal with the family. You sat down on Sunday nights and you asked the kids, they both got to pick out, you know, their favorite meal of the week. And of course, you know, your husband gets to pick out one, you get to pick out one, and there's one day left over. You know, so it's basically, let's go back to the concept of the crock pot. It's so much easier. You just throw not very expensive meat in there, and it cooks all day on low, and then you come back and the whole house just smells
so good.
Right, and then you've got a very, very good balanced meal ready for you.
And it's easy.
Right,
I always say you can't hardly screw anything up in the crock pot. Everything comes out moist and tasting good. So I love that idea, yeah. And I love your idea of sitting down on Sunday night. I often tell clients that because there's no getting around it. I don't have the super quick fix.
Right.
You got to take a little bit of time and plan ahead, but if you use things like the crock pot, it can be faster, you know, than other options. But you do have to do a little bit of planning, a little bit of preparation, but it's well worth it. If you plan now, you're going to be healthier now and down the road.
Right, in the years to come, because I lost my father. And so, because had we have known what we know now, we probably would have gotten away from the diabetes, you know, him taking the insulin, things like that. And so that's my big thing about nutrition, the knowledge, and the wellness to make you well when you're even older, so that you can enjoy your grandchildren and you can enjoy life with them.
Right, and have quality of life.
Exactly.
And I love that you said knowledge. Knowledge is so powerful. I always say what you didn't know you couldn't put into practice. And now, just in visiting with you before the show, you have really read up on nutrition and have really, it seems, taken that vow to sort of change your genetic destiny, because you have realized, which I wholeheartedly believe with, that you don't have to go down that same road that your dad did.
No, and I don't want to, because I want to live longer and have a better quality of life and, you know, enjoy my grandkids and run with them when that happens.
Right.
You know, and be a part of their lives.
Right.
You know,
and one of the great things, and I bet you eat a lot of these foods that I'm going to mention when you're talking about run with them, I think of healthy joints. Some of the best things you can eat for healthy joints are the healthy fats. So I want to encourage viewers not to be afraid of eating fat.
Right.
You know, the fat in fast food, that's bad. Stay away from it. But things like we have over there, the olive oil is very lubricating for your joints. That can really help shut off that inflammatory message in your body. Avocados, if you like them, are a wonderful source of the monounsaturated heart-healthy fats. Butter, you know, get back to the basics. Don't be afraid of butter. It makes foods taste so much better.
And healthier.
Yes, and if it's an organic butter, it is way healthier than the margarine.
Sure.
Or I have the almonds there, or the olives. So just think as close to the earth as possible. Those types of fats are actually good for your body and turn off that inflammation message.
And it seems like as a society, we're not getting better. We're getting worse. And, you know, in the sense of the fast food industry, they're taking off and they're running with it, and they're also running with our lives. That's the way I look at it.
That is so true. If you look at the numbers, we spend the most dollars on healthcare in this world, and yet we're one of the sicker nations. So something's got to give, and I say we make the change so that our health doesn't suffer.
And, you know, you were talking about a little bit of time, you know, to sit down and do the meal preparation. It doesn't take a lot, but yet at the same time, you know, you can giggle and have fun, and you know.
That's some great
You know?
family time.
Yeah, it really is.
And we don't have enough family time. You know, shut off the TV, turn off the video games, turn your cell phone off, and have some family time.
Right.
But be productive as well, because you're meal planning for the week.
Right. And, you know, to me, it didn't take as much time. I felt more hurried trying to go through the fast food drive-through things, you know, like that, in the sense of when you do have hockey, you know, do the quick pasta. That doesn't take long. You know, get the wheat, you know, noodles instead of the white. You know, just little things that can make a big difference. So.
And make double batches. You know,
Sure.
if you're making a recipe where it's appropriate, like we mentioned the chili, or on our website, there's a great chicken wild rice soup recipe that I always make a double batch when I do that one, because those types of things freeze really well, and then you have fast food at your fingertips.
Fast food right in your freezer. That's fabulous. Okay, well, I guess we have already run out of time.
That went too fast.
It did. It was great information. So I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
It's been
It was
great.
great to be here.
Yeah, and we'll have you back.
Wonderful.
That's good. Okay, good. I look forward to having you view other shows of Knowledge for Wellness, and I hope we have provided you more knowledge to benefit you and your loved ones. So until next time, be well, and goodbye.